one of the ones that you went into, and I'm hoping you will dive into that as well, just to kind of go off of the goal setting, is how sometimes couples will struggle with not wanting to plan sex, wanting it to be spontaneous. I felt that too. I'm like, well, if we're planning it, then it's pressure. It's, it's taking away. But you described it really, really neat. Like at the beginning, that's exactly what you're doing. Would you mind going into that a little bit? Because it was
For sure. Oh. This is a point that I am aligned with 99% of sex therapists because, one of the biggest myths out there, which everybody in my field can agree on, is that sex is only good if it's spontaneous. Myth, lie, don't buy into it. Trying to fight it or prove that it's true is a complete waste of time. We know this from a lot of research, and we know this from our experience in the field. So yes, here's my spiel on planned sex. Number one is when you were dating, you were planning it. You just didn't call it that, but everyone knew what was going down at the end of the night, and you shaved the things and you got ready and you had the nice dinner together or whatever it may be. You put time and energy into connecting. You didn't say, hey, I'm planning to have sex with you, but everybody knew that that's what was going to happen. So you've always been planning it, just no longer feels planned. It felt spontaneous. It no longer feels spontaneous when you're also brushing your teeth together every single night. So that's number one. You've always been planning it. You just got to start shifting your mindset back to that reality and begin doing it again. Number two, and this is kind of it may seem silly to some people, but I just prefer the word planned over schedule. I just feel like you schedule a root canal, but you plan a party. Just has a more positive connotation to me. I'm a stickler for language. So my clients, there's a lot of words like my clients aren't allowed to use, and scheduled is one of them. So we plan sex. We don't schedule it. Number three, I encourage people to put it on the calendar more as a plan B or a fallback plan, so that it's there. You have the time set aside if you don't connect at other times during the week or month, just however, whatever you decide, you need to kind of make sure you have that time set aside. So it's there as a fallback plan. Doesn't mean you're avoiding it until that time and date roll around. It just means that if you don't connect, let's say, more organically at another time, you've got that time set aside, and you've chosen to set aside that time because you both prioritize it. You both see it as something that is important for your relationship. The other thing I say is that, you can always change your plans. No one's holding your feet to the fire. If that time comes around and you have had the day from hell, or you or your husband or wife or whoever's pissed you off, you don't have to do it. Okay. You can always try again the next day and reschedule. You also don't have to have full-blown intercourse every time that time comes around. In fact, I try to move people away from seeing sex as something that has a beginning, middle, and end. So as long as you are connecting physically, sensually, in some way without any distractions, and so have some kind of skin-to-skin contact, I'm good with that. And then finally, hang on, I have another point about this. Just because you plan when doesn't mean you have to plan what. So there can still be an element of, let's say, spontaneity thrown into that time you have together. So yes, plan sex, 10 out of 10, highly recommend.
Love the reframe of that, just because of the realizing that when you started off in the beginning, that was all planned. That just took the stance that may have been in your brain of we can't plan it. It has to be spontaneous.
I wasn't planning anything.
Yeah. I had no expectations.
It's just dinner and a movie, babe. I don't know what you're talking about.
I always am just all the prep work just for dinner. For dinner. So I also wasn't planning anything. But
I have a friend in Austin. Her podcast is called "Did I Shave My Vag for This?" I think it's just so funny because all the preparation that women go to only if something doesn't happen, and how disappointing that can be. So you were preparing.
Right. It's gonna be prickly tomorrow. So here we go.
Take advantage. Yes.
It brings the fun back to planning too. Instead of it feeling mundane, it's like you said, plan a party. It really, the fun of it came back. I never once considered scheduling it. And it's because that was the mindset. But now I'm really thinking about planning it.
Oh my gosh. It's the world is your oyster. You can, I heard this thing on this podcast I was listening to or read about in this magazine, and I'd really love to try it with you, but I gotta, do some prep work to think about how to implement that. And I'd love to talk to you about it first and kind of get your 2 cents. And then do you think like Saturday night would be a good time to like try the thing? Like now I'm excited about it. It's a total shift in mindset.
We'll make it out and fall in love tonight.
Thanks for listening to The Steph and Craig Show. There's new episodes of The Steph and Craig Show every week. And if you're resonating with our podcast, please take a moment to rate, review, subscribe, and share it with somebody. And be sure to check out some of these clips as well. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you all next week. Expect the best, plan for the greatest.